So in the previous problem, we managed to find our 4 equations for our 4 unknowns. So now in order to find what a1, a2, and a3 should be, let's try to solve the system of linear equations. So the first thing I'm going to do is to try to get rid of this t over here, because we're not exactly asked to find what the tension is. So in order to get rid of this, first of all, let's just take away the 2 over here from both sides. You can just remove this because by dividing both sides by 2. And then you can see that mg minus t is equal to ma1, and then mg minus t is also equal to ma2. So that means ma1 is equal to ma2, which means a1 is equal to a2. And let's try to get rid of the t from this side as well. So you can see that mg minus t is equal to ma1. I can just subtract this relationship from this equation over here. So you can see that we get 2mg, and then the t's, they cancel out. And on the right hand side we have 3ma3 minus ma1. And then dividing both sides by m, we get 2g is equal to 3a3 minus a1. And so there we have it. Now we have 3 equations and 3 unknowns. So we have these 3 equations and 3 unknowns. So if we solve this, then we will be able to solve this problem. So let's just copy out what we have so far. So we have a1 equal to a2. We have negative a1 plus 3a3 is equal to 2g. And then we also have this final expression over here. a1 plus 2a2 plus a3 is equal to 0. So now let's try to substitute this into these equations over here. So we have negative a1 plus a3, so we can't exactly substitute this in, but we can substitute it over here, and then you get 2a2, so this becomes 2a1, and we get 3a1 plus a3 is equal to 0. And now I'm going to multiply both sides by 3, so I get 9a1 plus 3a3 is equal to 0. And then now I'm going to subtract this equation from this one. So on the left hand side it becomes 10a1, and then these just cancel out. And then we have negative 2g on the right hand side. So you see that a1 is equal to negative 1 over 5g. So this is our answer. And then you can see that a1 is equal to a2. So a2 is equal to negative 1 over 5g. So this is our second answer. And then you can see that over here, you can see that negative a1 plus 3a3 is equal to 2g. So 3a3 is equal to 2g plus a1. And then in this case, you can just subtract this. So that's equal to 9 over 5g equal to 3a3. And then now I can divide both sides by 3. So you see that a3 is equal to 3 over 5g. So this is our third answer. So what this means is that recall that we're using the convention where downwards is positive. And you can see that a3 is positive and a1 and a2 are both negative. So what this means is that for this system over here, this leftmost mass is going to completely dominate with its weight. It's going to drag itself down, and then it's going to use its weight to drag both of these up. So that's what this result means.